All right, here we go. Whoa, where'd you go? Oh, hello, there you are. Welcome back. So we're just helping you on assignment 4.2, doing some long division here and finding some roots. That's what we're doing there. So we did 17, so number 19. So we're given the factor x minus 2, and they want us to divide that into x to the 4th power plus 4x to the 3rd power minus 3x squared minus 18x. Good. So then, let's see. So we're going to go ahead and let's see here. So x goes into x to the 4th power. How many times? Well, let's see. We need 3 more of them, right? Because 1 plus 3 is 4. Yeah. So it's going to be x to the 3rd power is the first part of our answer. So x times x to the 3rd is x to the 4th. Negative 2, so then negative 2 times x to the 3rd power is negative x to the 3rd power. And then we change the signs. So we're going to change those signs there. So that goes away. And then we got 4x squared plus 2x squared is 6x cubed, x cubed, bring down the negative 3x squared. So how does x become a 6x cubed? Well, you need a 6, and you also need an x. That's only x squared. How do we get cubed? Well, that's 1 and 2 makes 3. So then we multiply that through, and we get 6x cubed. Then we take, because that's x times 6x squared. And then negative 2 times 6x squared is going to be negative 12x squared. And then we change the signs. So then those go away, and 12 minus 3 is 9x squared. Finally, we bring down the negative 18x. So then how does x become a 9x squared? Well, we need a positive 9 and an x, because x times 9x is 9x squared. So then we write that down. Right, change the color. So x times 9x squared. No, x times 9x is 9x squared. I changed the color, I said. Okay, there we go. And then what's negative 2? Negative 2 times 9x is a negative 18x. Nice. And then we change those signs. So we change those signs. Good. So then those cancel. We get a remainder of 0. Woo! So that means that's our answer there. So we get x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x. Now they want you to find the factored form. So we're going to go ahead and take that answer and we're going to factor it. So then we have x to the 3rd power plus 6x squared plus 9x. And we have to pull out an x. Right? GCF. Don't forget to do the GCF. So you get x squared plus 6x plus 9. Good. Okay, so what does that factor into? What does that factor into? One of our factors is x. But what are the other factors? Well, that can be factored into x and x, as well as 3 and 3. Wee-oh. So then we have, we got some zeros going on there, right? So we want to set each of those. So that's our answer, x and x plus 3. Or even x plus 3 all squared, technically. Right? Because there's actually 2 of them there. But when we're finding our zeros, it's just going to be x equals 0. And then we set that equal to 0 as well. And we get a minus 3 to the other side. So we get 0 and negative 3 is what we got going on there. We got 0, negative 3. Nice. And so there we go. So let's check that real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh man, I did it again. Good thing to double check. So I also did forget the original one And so the original was x minus 2. So we have to bring that down as part of our answer set. We got to bring that, wow, smartboard. So a part of our answer set is we're also going to include, right? We're also going to include the x minus 2 as part of our answers. Good. And so that means we also have an x equals 2, right? Positive 2. There we go. Don't forget the original one they gave you, the original factor. And don't forget to include the root that comes with that, x equals 2. So almost forgot that. Whoa. And then we also had a negative 3, right? X equals negative 3 is what we said there. And that's with a multiplicity. That's with a multiplicity of 2 because of the squared. So really we'd say that. X equals negative 3 with a multiplicity of 2. All right. Okay, so then 21. So do that same process again, x plus 1 into that. See if we can go a little faster there. Ooh, are we missing? Are we missing a term? No, it does not look like we're missing a term, so that's good. 3, 2, 1. And then our constant. So x becomes a 3x cubed if you multiply it, right? If you multiply it by a what? If you multiply it by a 3, right? Or you can just take the term 3x cubed. Just take the term 3x cubed and divide it, right? Divide it by the x. And so that gives us 3x squared. That's the key for the first part of our answer. So 3x squared. So x times 3x squared is 3x cubed. 1 times 3x squared is just 3x squared. And we multiply that through. Change the signs. So then we get a negative 11x squared. Bring down the negative 5x. How does x become a negative 11x squared, you ask me? Pause it. Try it on your own. Stop copying. Try it on your own. What do we multiply it by with? So a negative 11 and then x will give us, right, will give us a negative 11x squared. And then 1 times negative 11x is just a negative 11x. And then we change the signs. So that goes away. 11x minus 5x is 6x. Bring down the 6. There we go. Okay, so then x times 6. X times 6 is 6x. And 1 times 6 is 6. And now we change those signs. So we get a 0. So that's our answer, but we need to probably factor it more to find all the factors. Don't forget to bring down the x plus 1 as well. So we got 3x squared minus 11x plus 6 is our answer. 3x squared minus 11x plus 6. And so what can that factor into? What do you think? So 3x and x, what can it factor into? How do we get 11? Well, we've got a 6. 6 times 3 is 18. But that's not going to work. And 6 plus 3 is 9. So probably 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9 and a 2. And then we got negative. Let's see. Sign of the term goes with a bigger number. But we got to get a positive in there. So that's going to help us. And then we have to bring down our other factor, which is x plus 1. So we bring down our x plus 1 as well. We bring that down. So those are our factored answers. Those are our factored answers. Just double check there. We did that right. Good. Okay. So then we get an x equals 3 and we get an x equals negative 1. But we also get a, don't forget this one, set it equal to 0. So we add 2 to the other side. So we get 3x equals 2. And then how do we get that 3 to the other side? How do we get that 3 to the other side? We divide it, divide by 3, divide by 3. So we get x equals 2/3 and 3 and negative 1. Whoa! Okay, last but not least is number 22. So they want to know which value below gives the difference in feet between the greatest depth, that's 15. Smartboard, stop acting up. So 15 right? Between 15 and the lowest depth, right? The greatest depth and the lowest. What's the difference between the least water depth and the greatest? So the least is about what? Least is about 5. So we got 15 minus 5, right? So 15 minus 5 is 10. Another way to do it, this is actually called the amplitude. And so with a sine-cosine equation, and so the amplitude is your maximum plus your minimum divided by 2. Divided by 2. That's another way to do it that I teach later on in this class, in this course. So 15 plus 5 is 20. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. Both work. Both work to get this distance, basically, right? Wayo. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.